Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today will be the fourth installment of my unofficial building Newcrest series, although it doesn't look like it right now, but that's what we're going to get into today. First, before we get started, go ahead and click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that we can become friends. Also, feel free to chat with me about anything in the comment section below, and just thank you for being here. So we started off in cast on this video. So I knew the video itself was going to be kind of quick to film. So I just decided to go ahead and create a sim. I hadn't been in create a sim in quite some time. So I just wanted to get in here, and I will say that I just used a randomized sim, and I hardly changed anything about the sim except for her outfit because I felt like she was already pretty. So yeah, you'll just watch me do that, and while I'm building her, I'll go ahead and talk about the actual speed build that we're going to do today. So as for that, I'm going to do a starter home for our sim. I think her name is Jade. I'm going to do a starter home for her, so a home under 20,000 simoleons. And I also included the price of the lot in that price. So the lot was 1,500 simoleons. So we were left with about 18,500 left to build her house. But yeah, we will get into that portion a little bit later. I always forget to do this and I always have the best intentions, but just wanted to check in with my friends. Like, how are y'all doing? How's your week been going? I know I'm posting this on a Monday, but how was your weekend? I hope you had a great one. My weekends are typically at this point in time consumed with my kids and all their sports. So that's more than likely what I did this weekend. But yeah, just wanted to go ahead and check on my friends. Um, Now we're at her party wear. I wanted this to, again, go super quickly. So I basically either gave her styled looks or um I forget the name of the category, but like one piece outfit. Some of them I kind of used a top and a bottom, but I kind of, like I said, I wanted it to go pretty quickly. Um, we can't talk about her traits if I remember them. I know she's romantic, and I think she's good, and I can't quite recall the third trait. And I did give her one of the aspirations that came from Love Struck. Again, I cannot remember. Um, it's escaping me. However, I wanted to create this sim because I think I'm going to play with her in my personal gameplay. So I haven't a problem with buying the packs and not really playing with the gameplay aspects of said packs. So I'm going to use her to play out that matchmaker career that came with Love Struck. Okay, so we've reached the end of the cast portion. And I did go into the game so I could look at her stuff real quick. So her name is Jade McKinley. Her traits are good, romantic, and overachiever. And I randomized those, and she got rancher, but I'm like, girl, she's from Newcrest. She don't need no rancher career. So, anyways, that's that. And then her aspiration is romantic explorer. So yeah, that's a little bit about Jade, and I don't think I put her on the gallery yet, but I will go ahead and put her up there just in case you guys want to download her. I don't think she has any custom content, but I do know that she uses a bit of God, what am I trying to say? Some outfits from different kits and stuff like that. So now on to the speed build of her home. So I've already drawn out the shell. It's going to be a one bathroom, two bedroom home. Except for her, I transformed the secondary bedroom into an office space. And I did have enough money to do that, making this a starter. So I was really excited about that. I will say that the intent was to make this a base game only build, which I failed. There's one singular item from high school years in this build, and that will be I used one of the diplomas. I put it up in her office. Um, and by the time I realized it, the build was already on the gallery, and I didn't want to pull it down. So that's going to be in there, but it's literally the only thing. So if all you have is base game, you can still download it. You will just be missing a picture in the office, and you'll have a little bit more simoleons than most if you download. So yeah, kitchen pretty much came together. That's how it's going to be. I'm going outside. I didn't want to forget the outdoor trash can because I typically forget those in my starter home builds. So I went ahead and put that out there. And then here I painted the ceilings, but I realized, oh, that cost money. So I undid that. So the ceilings will not be painted just because we needed every bit of simoleon that we needed. Oh, and another thing, you will see in the tour at the end that I did put tile in the kitchen. However, it's not going to show up in the speed build portion because I didn't notice it until afterwards. Um, and the tile I used was two simoleons, just like the paint that I already used or the wallpaper that I already used. So it didn't cost us any additional funds to make that happen. Yeah, and I'm really kicking myself about that about that singular item from high school years. I was really trying my best to make sure I left the base game filter on when I was going through the items. But anyways, I think I mean, it's okay. Like I said, it's only one item. It's not like I used a ton of stuff. So while I was blabbering on, the living room came together, as well as a small dining area. I am gonna leave that table and chair white. In retrospect, I wish I would have changed it to like a darker wood to match like the entertainment center in the living room or like the TV stand, but I didn't. So I left it white, which is fine. But that's just your typical 3x2 bathroom layout. I just went ahead and did that fairly quickly. And now we're moving on to her bedroom. I just went ahead and put the cheapest double bed in here. However, once I got to the end, I realized we were left with quite a few simoleons that I kind of wasn't expecting. So I went ahead and I switched out her bed. Here I am just going back into the living room, putting that ugly base game radio in here. I really love music, so I make sure to put a radio in every one of my builds that I can, basically. So I wanted to use that one. My go-to is that little radio from high school years. I love that one because it's so small. So I use that one in every single build. So here I am changing her bed for something a little bit more comfy. So similar pattern, just a different bed. And I really love like this grayish wood tone color. It's so pretty to me. So yeah, I just got a plant for the corner. I thought about moving the picture that I had in living room into the bedroom because I think it really went well in the bedroom as well. But again, limited funds. So it was around this point where I'm like, oh my God, what do? I have, what is it, about 25? I can't see, it's kind of small, but I have simoleons left. Um, and I knew that I didn't want to use, what's that called? Debug landscaping. So I'm like, okay, let me put some uppers, just a few. And then maybe this isn't the point I realized I didn't do landscaping, but I did realize that I didn't bulldoze that little piece under the stairs. So I went ahead and did that just so that we can get a little bit more simoleons back. So now I'm moving on to the outside. I'm like, okay, we have about 2,000 simoleons left, so let's go ahead and do some landscaping. So I'm doing that, trying to find some flowers that kind of match the world. And I think, I did a pretty good job. I love the fact that it was fall in my game and I was building like with a sim. So just the colors on those trees are just so pretty to me. Fall is my favorite. It has to be my favorite time of year. So here I am just trying to do my normal like landscaping because I'm like, oh yeah, we got money. But then I think I take away the rock and maybe take away one of the low-lying flowers just to get some additional funds to be able to put a little bit more clutter inside. So I'm going back inside. And again, like I said, just finding some more clutter. Her office was really bare. And I realized, although we have those books in the living room that functions as a functional bookshelf, I'm like, okay, we have enough money to get her an actual bookshelf for her office. So I went ahead and did that. Got a little painting just to kind of put something on the walls. Here's where I messed up. I got that diploma from high school years. Yeah, and then I realized like, okay, we still have money left over. So I'm putting a toothbrush and a soap pump in the bathroom. I didn't want to clutter the counters too much. So yeah, right now we're just left with, oh, that's so small. Is that 97 or 22 simoleons? I don't know, something like that. Yeah, it had to be 22 simoleons. Okay, so we're nearing the end of the speed build portion. I'm just going to go through and do some terrain painting. And that's pretty much all I have to do. Just gonna make us a pathway. I'm gonna move that trash can, but meet me back here and we'll go into the game and do a real-time tour of this build. Okay, so here we are at the tour for this build. I'm trying to do this one a little bit different because I did create a sim for this household. So this is Jade McKinley, and I use the word created loosely. But I believe I left that footage in at the beginning of the video, so we won't go too far into it. So here is how the build turned out. I have the next build over there to the side, so I'm trying not to show it. But anywho, that's the front, and not really much going on at the back because we were with limited funds. So yeah, that's that. So we'll go inside. As you step inside the front door, you're met with our living room area. I probably should, well, if I had more money, I would have put more stuff on this side, but we know how the thing goes with starter homes. So yeah, there's that. Whoa. Okay, here is our kitchen area. And with our trash can, I guess we can follow Jade. She's going into the office area. So even with 20,000 simoleons, we were able to give her a nice little office area. So there's that. And we come out of here, and then here is her very bare bathroom with just the necessities. I say just the necessities, but we were able to get some clutter for the sink and a picture. And then here we are coming into her bedroom. I like the way it turned out. I probably could have changed the Swatton's curtains, but it's neither here nor there. I mean, it's done now. It's just a starter, so if I play with her, you know, then we can explore more. I'm trying not to show the other house. Yeah, because that's for next week's build. I will say it looks very similar to this one. Yeah, so that's that. Okay, so let's leave off on an overhead shot like I typically do. And that's a wrap for today's video. You can find this build on the gallery under my EA ID, which is SirenaSimsYT. Check the description box below for all the lot details as well as some other additional information. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. We're friends now, okay? So don't be shy. All right, that's all I have for today. Catch you in the next one. Toodles!